What is going on, everyone? So, fun fact of the day. I recently finished Star Wars The Clone Wars, the TV series, just a couple of days ago. And you know what? It took me about 7 months to watch the entire thing. I actually began watching the show back when it was released on Netflix for season 6. I watched a couple of episodes, I watched the movie again, and then I stopped. And then for some reason, back in December, I was like, I may as well just get back into it because of The Rise of Skywalker. I was excited for that movie. I have no idea why, but I was looking forward to watching the series as well. And it took me a while to get into it because season 1. By May, though, I started taking the Clone Wars a lot more seriously. And from there on out, I breezed through the series. I probably watched it over the course of 2 to 3 months from May or even April. And honestly, I really enjoyed this show, and now I have even more reasons to hate Disney because they canceled the show originally back in 2014. Thankfully, we got a season 7, but man, it would have been great had we gotten a season 8 as well. Anyway, since I watched all of the seasons now officially, I decided for the longest time now, too, that I wanted to rank all the Clone Wars seasons, and in this video, that's exactly what I'm doing today. If you have not seen Star Wars The Clone Wars yet, I do highly recommend you check it out, but in this video, I will be going over some spoilers and a lot of plot details for all the seasons, so go watch the seasons first, and then come back and watch my video because this will be spoiler-filled. Alright guys, and without further ado, let's get started with number 7. I think a majority of people can agree that Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 1 is by far the weakest. After Season 1, it gets a lot better, but Season 1 itself is just fine. It's kid-friendly, there's not too much violence, you don't see a lot of characters die. It's a very mild, violent program for children, and you can just tell through the writing and through the choreography and the battle scenes. There's not too much to love here if you're looking for more violence and action. With that being said, this is still a watchable season. There is not a single bad Star Wars The Clone Wars season, but Season 1 is the weakest. It's just fine. It's okay. It's average. It's not a special season. It's not like Seasons 2 through 7. This is the weakest one out of them all, and there are other reasons for that other than the fact that this is a kid-friendly season. It feels very episodic. There aren't really any arcs in Season 1 like we have in the rest of the seasons. Plus, it's mostly just battles, and there are storylines that feel repetitive of one another. For instance, in the first episode of Season 1, the Separatists are trying to sway a system from joining the Republic to joining the Separatists, and then later on in Episode 8, a similar storyline happens. So there are definitely some storylines that take place in Season 1 that feel exactly the same as each other. I only really like a few episodes in Season 1, like Lair of Grievous and the episodes where Anakin and Obi-Wan team with Dooku to escape Hondo's imprisonment. Also, the last episode with Cad Bane is a lot of fun. There are a couple of really good episodes in Season 1, but overall, I think Season 1 is just plain and simple average and nothing more than that. After this, though, it gets a lot tougher to rank the seasons. Number 6. Season 6 ranks number 6. Like I said, it gets a lot more difficult to rank the seasons after Season 1 because Seasons 2 through 7 are a lot better than Season 1. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's way better than Season 1, but it does still have its fair share of flaws. Like, for example, it's only 13 episodes, and when you only have 13 episodes, well, that leaves a lot more to be desired. I wish they had 22 episodes in Season 6, but we only got 13. Thanks a lot, Disney. The first 4 episodes of Season 6 are immaculate. It's one of the best arcs in the entire Clone Wars series. I love the character Fives. He's one of my favorite clone troopers, and the droid that he hangs out with throughout those episodes, I just love their connection so much. Those are some of the best episodes in the entirety of the Clone Wars. I like seeing Rush Clovis's return in Season 6 as well. For fans, it had been over 4 years since the last time they saw him, so seeing Rush Clovis return in Season 6 was something definitely worth watching. And everything having to do with Sifo Dyas in Season 6 is very interesting because in Episode 2, one of my biggest problems with that movie is how Obi-Wan gets introduced to a plotline involving Sifo Dyas with the creation of the clone troopers, but then after they talk about it for about 5 seconds on Camino, they just drop that background story, and it's never brought up again. Like, what the heck? So thankfully those episodes kind of fill in the gaps for that movie. This is a good season, but as I stated, it does have some problems other than the fact that it's only 13 episodes. For one, there are so many clues that Palpatine is Darth Sidious, and for some reason the Jedi are really dumb and they just completely ignore everything that Five says and everything Yoda discovers about Sifo Dyas and the Sith. I have no idea how the Jedi don't discover that Palpatine is Darth Sidious after all of these episodes. They're just, what the heck? And I can understand why fans were upset with how season 6 ended back in 2014. It's not the best ending for a big series like Star Wars The Clone Wars. You don't get the closure you're looking for at the end of season 6. So I'm really happy they made a season 7. But if they just kept it at season 6, that would have been really dumb because it was more of the same. We already know that Palpatine is Darth Sidious, so I don't really understand the point of the episodes where the Jedi are trying to figure out who this Dark Lord is, and Yoda never even discovers it because obviously episode 3 happens, so it's all kind of pointless by the end of season 6, but it's still a good season.
Number 5.
5 is season 7 for me. A lot of people will disagree with this, but that's how I feel. Season 7 starts off pretty good with the first 4 episodes. The Bad Batch, I love those guys. I can't wait for their new series coming out in 2021 on Disney+. But the middle 4 episodes are average, fun sometimes, other times not as much. I just don't see the point in having them here in season 7. You could have erased them from this season and nothing would change. The middle 4 episodes don't make very much sense at all to have in the final season of Star Wars The Clone Wars, but they're here. Obviously, the best episodes come in the final 4 for season 7, where Ahsoka goes to Mandalore, she battles Darth Maul in what becomes the best lightsaber battle in the Clone Wars series to date. I'm a huge fan of the Mandalore storyline in season 7, but why is this season not higher for me? Well, it has a lot to do with how this season goes about the final 2 episodes. While I think they're pretty darn good episodes and the ending of this series could not have been better, I do think they could have done more with the last 2 episodes when Order 66 is conducted by Palpatine. Rex is forced to kill Ahsoka, which is a very emotional scene, and the last 2 episodes are extremely emotional through and through. But I do wish we went to Coruscant at some point to see Anakin turn to the dark side in animated form. I think that would have elevated these final 2 episodes rather than just having them fight on a ship the entire time. That's all we get in the last 2 episodes. We don't see any other Jedi being killed. In fact, we don't see any Jedi killed in the final 4 episodes, which is weird because Order 66 happens and you would think you'd see some Jedi get killed by the clone troopers, but no, you don't see that in this series. Though I really do like season 7. I think the final 4 episodes are all great. Could have been a little bit better, but I still liked it a lot. The first 4 episodes are good. The middle 4, This season I thought was a solid conclusion to the Clone Wars franchise, but if you had done a few more things and maybe made it into a 20 to 22 episode season, I would have probably loved it.
Number 4.
Placing 4th is season 3. I had no idea if I should put this at 3rd or 2nd, but I went with number 4, and I'll get to that in just a second. But why do I like season 3 so much? And a lot of people, they think this is top 2 in terms of Clone Wars seasons. For me, it is 4. I love the season opening on Kamino with the ARC troopers, and then later on in the season it gets even better when we're introduced to Savage Opress, and Asajj Ventress has her storyline with the Night Sisters. All of that is incredible. It's some of the best storytelling in the Clone Wars series. We have various small, pretty good storylines that happen in Season 3 too, like the episodes that take place in Mandalore. Once again, I'm glad they did just not leave that off in Season 2. They continued that storyline in Season 3. The last 5 or 6 episodes are just okay in my opinion. The Citadel, I really didn't care all that much about that arc. And then we have the Padawan storyline with Ahsoka. Another just fine storyline, but Chewbacca is in that storyline, so that was cool. If we're not talking about the Night Sisters, though, as the best arc in Season 3, a lot of people like to mention the Mortis storyline in Season 3. All the content included in the Mortis arc is very intriguing. It adds so much more depth to Obi-Wan, Anakin, Ahsoka. It gives more flavor to Episode 3, and Anakin does see his potential future in these episodes. So I really enjoy the Mortis storyline. I like the Night Sister storyline. I think there's a bunch of other pretty good episodes in Season 3, especially in the beginning with the ARC Troopers. It's just that the ending of Season 3, it's not that great. I think had you concluded with the Mortis or Night Sister storylines, it would have been better for this season, but I do really enjoy Season 3 as a whole.
Number 3.
I'm placing Season 2 above Season 3 because I feel like there's more variety in terms of arcs for Season 2 over that of Season 3. As much as I love the Mortis and the Night Sister storylines in Season 3, I don't think they're strong enough to make me pick Season 3 over all the storylines that happen in Season 2. Season 2 is a pretty deep season. There's more Cad Bane stuff. Rush Clovis makes his first appearance in the Clone Wars. We have a mystery on Geonosis. A lot of great stuff with Mandalore. We learned plenty about Duchess Satine and Obi-Wan's past. They were in love, supposedly, but obviously Obi-Wan could not wed her because he's a Jedi. But I loved hearing all about that backstory between those two. Gave so much more depth to Obi-Wan's character. Oh yeah, and Pre Vizsla makes his debut in Season 2. My favorite villain in the Clone Wars, right next to Darth Maul. This guy is freaking awesome. I love the Death Watch. Everything that happens in Mandalore in the Clone Wars is probably the best stuff to happen in this entire series. And Season 2 begins the Mandalore story, so that's why I like this season so much. Pre Vizsla, though, oh my god, I love that guy. To top Season 2 off, it ends with the Zillo Beast storyline, which is really sad because it reminds me a lot of King Kong and Godzilla, and Palpatine shows his true colors in these two episodes. The guy is pure evil. How could you kill that cute Zillo Beast? It was so innocent. And Boba Fett makes his first appearance in the last couple episodes. I had no clue he was in the Clone Wars until my friend told me that he was. So that's part of the reason why I decided to watch the Clone Wars, because I wanted to see more of Boba Fett and him in the young form that he was in Episode 2. So that was cool seeing him in Season 2 of the Clone Wars. From top to bottom, Season 2 is extremely deep. You can't overlook the depth that Season 2 offers over that of Season 3, Season 7, Season 6, and Season 1.
Number 2.
So Season 5 starts off with a banger. Darth Maul and Savage Opress team with pirates to try to kill Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan teams with Hondo, which you never saw coming before this episode, so that was awesome. Season 5 does have the Onderon arc, which I liked. I didn't think it was anything special, but it's still enjoyable. We do have Saul Guerrera. It's funny because Saul Guerrera looks nothing like Forrest Whitaker. I don't know why they picked Forrest Whitaker looking back now, but hey, whatever, we have Saul Guerrera and a little backstory for him. I did not particularly care for the Youngling storyline. The only thing that storyline did for me was that it gave me more reasons to like Hondo, and it ended his character in great fashion. The droid arc has its ups and downs. I only liked it mostly when they were on that void planet and they meet the clone trooper who had no idea he was even a clone trooper. So I grew to like him a lot, as well as some of the droids in these episodes. But come on, man, we all know why Season 5 is so good. It's because of Darth Maul, Savage Opress, and everything that happens in Mandalore in this season. Oh my god, this might just be the best arc in the Clone Wars series. Holy crap, was this amazing. And we have, finally, Palpatine in animated form take on both Opress and Darth Maul. We also get Pre Vizsla versus Darth Maul. That was so awesome. I love the Mandalore storyline in Season 5. It's gotta be the best arc in all of the Clone Wars. Also, we get another great arc in the form of Ahsoka being framed for a bombing and a murder in the Jedi Temple. There are surprises. There's a ton of emotion in the final 4 episodes of Season 5. It gave me everything I needed for Season 5's finale. I could not love the ending of Season 5. If you just left it off there, for the rest of the Clone Wars, that would have been fine for me. I think it's a perfect ending to the Clone Wars saga. It was a great finale.
Number 1.
But number one, man, you gotta be kidding me if you don't pick Season 4 as your favorite Clone Wars season. It offers pretty much everything I could ask for out of an animated Star Wars series. The Mon Cala opening to this season is excellent. I love the Umbara storyline. Everything that happens in the last episode, Carnage of Krell, that is great, shocking. It's incredibly done. The Kadavo arc gives us a good idea of what slavery is like in the Star Wars universe. The Phantom Menace was nothing compared to what we see in Kadavo. The first word that comes to my mind is brutal, and I thought these episodes were all great. We do get one Death Watch episode in Season 4 where Lux Bonateri and Ahsoka meet with the Death Watch, but Bonateri realizes maybe this is not for me, and that's another amazing episode. That then leads into one of my other favorite arcs in the Clone Wars series, the Deception arc. I don't know what it is about the Deception arc that I love so much, but watching it from beginning to end, it was so darn entertaining. Obi-Wan pretending to be dead, then he's going undercover as a bounty hunter, teaming with Cad Bane. Who would have ever thought that would work? The box episode is very unique, and the finale for this arc is another really well done arc for the Clone Wars series. I love the Deception storyline right next to the Mandalore storyline in Season 5. It might also be my second or first favorite. I don't know, it's just such a good arc. Oh, and we get some episodes where Asajj Ventress teams with Boba Fett, and this season ends with Darth Maul's introduction. Finally. Season 4 is a masterpiece. It is my favorite Clone Wars season. I think it's the best. But of course, guys, I want to hear your thoughts on the Clone Wars. What's your favorite season? How would you rank Star Wars The Clone Wars seasons? Let me know down below in the comment section. Well, now that I'm done Star Wars The Clone Wars, for some reason it took me as long as it did to watch the entire thing, I think I might move on to another animated series that I have not seen in about 10 or 12 years, Avatar The Last Airbender. Maybe I'll review that after I watch it over the course of a couple weeks because it's a lot shorter than Clone Wars, so we'll see, but I definitely want to review a couple more TV shows by the end of the summer. As always, guys, if you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.